right? And they're going to get a player like Peppers.
Very, very well.
Maybe. I mean, but actually their secondary is pretty stacked right now. Because they paid Gilmore a hell of a lot of money.
Can you imagine how they would? But just think of the creative ways that they would think to use that kid.
Oh yeah,
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like another place that I could see him being used in ways that would really suit him to a lesser extent, New Orleans. I don't think that he'd be as good on defense there. I think if he's going to be good defensively, he needs to end up in a good defensive coach's system to be used to his strengths, etc.
I'm glad you brought up New Orleans.
I think if he ends up in New Orleans, you could see him lined up all over the friggin' field.
And I agree with that. And, that's Sean Payton. I like the way he works. But I just want to go out there and say, I think AP, I don't know why the hell he went to New Orleans. Mark Ingram's better than him right now.
Nobody else was going to sign him. If you're AP, it wasn't like he had a choice of fucking teams. Like, all right, well, you know what? I'll go to New Orleans or this. I mean, at what point, if you're AP, do you get like, and the first guy that offers you a contract, you just fucking take it? I mean,
and he's looking at.
They get all over Mark Ingram.
AP's looking at, but if you're AP, you're looking at the best running back draft class in the past 5 years, right? So if you sign after the draft, any value that you had from a monetary standpoint is cheapened even more. So he maxed out at $3 million. Because if he would have signed after the draft, he would have been lucky to get half that.
100%. And here's another thing I throw at you, knowing that. We have, what do we have now? By this time tomorrow night, the Giants will be picking. This whole Blunt thing, any traction on something like that moving before the draft tomorrow? Because it could happen quickly.
I'll tell you right now, Blunt's agent better be talking to the Giants, because the fact is, they could draft, if a running back there, and the Giants are going to draft them, then Blunt's like the shit out of luck.
Right. Or is there since there's mutual agreement and his agent is Beckham, is there a conversation on the side like, hey, listen, this happened late, we're definitely interested, how about we draft, and then we'll, you come in and we'll take it from there.
No, because honestly, it's for the agent's smart. The contract should be done before the draft.
The report is that there's interest. Do you think that they've spoken?
I think they've definitely spoken.
Yeah, without doubt. I mean, there's definitely been talks.
You got to remember, I gotta believe that Beckham has something to do with his extension.
All right, I'm back on. We're streaming live on YouTube. Sorry for the interruption. We had some technical difficulties with Facebook, so I'm going to send all those Facebook people here to YouTube. And I see people are already calling in. What's up, everyone? Yeah, the line's open. The lines are open. What were you saying, Justin? Sorry to cut you off.
Anyway, I think that, Odell Beckham, by picking up his option this week, he has to be there for that, right? I mean, his agent has to do something with that. And if his agent is the same as Blunt, that's an easy conversation. Oh, hey, keep us in mind. Oh, yeah, we're interested. Let's talk soon. That's all it takes.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm hoping, man. And the other thing I keep banking on is that, Mara's comments, out of all the things that Mara said, one of the things that the media didn't talk about was how he quietly said, one of the things that they wanted to maybe add was a veteran running back. And I don't know if I'm hoping that for as much as I like Deshaun Jerome signing, in itself because I think that could be good value for what they made the signing for. I'm hoping that wasn't the guy they were talking about. I'm hoping the guy they're talking about was LeGarrette Blount.
No, I think they're going to draft a running back regardless.
I think I don't think you need to. You see, that's the shame of it.
I think he's going to be late.
You don't
he's going to be like
need
a six. It's going to be like a 6th, 7th round pick. Somebody that's willing to play special teams. But it's going to be more depth.
But I don't think. See, that's my concern, man. Is I'll tell you the truth. If you told me right now, if I was in control, and you said, okay, for the next 24 hours, you're the GM. I'm on the phone with Blount, and I sign him for 2 reasons. One, I think he's a perfect complement to Perkins, okay, in this offense. I really do.
100%.
Secondly, it frees up if you told me right now what position would you rather or not waste, but what position would you rather use a draft pick on? Okay, we know that there needs to be another offensive lineman drafted. We know that there's going to be probably a defensive lineman drafted, if not 2 defensive linemen drafted. We think that there may be a linebacker drafted. We're saying, hey, you know what, there's a tight end. You only have 7 picks. Everybody wants to draft a quarterback as well. If you told me that, if you said you could sign Blount, the other position, guys, where you can actually use a player for some depth, maybe even in the top 3 to 4 rounds, is wide receiver. Yeah, we have Brandon Marshall. And we have Shepard.
Well, the thing is, I really don't see a wide receiver get taken. I mean,
what I'm saying is, why not? I mean, if something was to happen, you can never have enough guys. And if you to go in thinking that you're just going to have like King and the other kid, Lewis Jr., and be like, okay, well, we're good behind these 3 guys. God forbid something happens. All of a sudden, you start becoming very short on wide receivers. So to be able to have in the first 4 to 5 rounds, be able to draft another kid, if you told me that you could sign Blount and then the pick you're going to use on a running back you're going to use on a wide receiver, I'm down with that. Bring in another kid for a little depth. Bring in another big body guy. Bring in another possession receiver with good hands. You don't got to draft him in the first 3 to 4 rounds. You do use it in the 5th. But I mean, the Blount signing would open you up draft-wise to not have to draft a running back.
Yeah, they got to be willing to play special teams, whether the running back or a wide receiver, regardless of when they get drafted. Because just for depth, because when Blount gets signed, he's not going to be a special teamer.
No, but they can use drawn on special teams. They can use Vereen on special. They've used Vereen on special teams before. Pretty sure he got a pump blocked once. So
they don't have an issue using starting caliber running backs on special teams. Remember,
they used to use Jennings there too.
Rashad Jennings took snaps being the punt blocker.
Didn't Darkwa block a punt once or make a play once on special teams?
Darkwa got one.
Yeah.
And,
so
and Jennings got one.
they could. One of those guys they can use. I'm sure they can use drone on special teams. I don't think that is gonna, stop.
All right, I got a question for you guys. So, what's the top priority?
What's
the number 1 priority for him?
For me, in my opinion, tomorrow night, linebacker.
Yep.
I want a linebacker.
Let's see top priority. Let's see top 3 priorities for the Giants coming out of this draft. We want to make sure we have these three things covered.
All right. Here's what I'll do. I'll give you the positions that I would target in the top 4 rounds. All right, and this is completely ridiculous because Kelly Olynyk, grade 1, bitch.
That was a great sound drop.
Sorry, guys. Kelly Olynyk. Boo. What are we talking about again? All right, yeah. So I would go linebacker in the first round. I would probably go defensive lineman, either defensive tackle or defensive end in the second round. I would go tight end in the third round. And I would probably, if you put a gun to my head, I'd say, okay, let's bring in another offensive lineman on the right side. Those would be my first 4 rounds. Then I would try to target a QB late 6th, 7th round. I would look at a wide receiver, and then maybe another offensive lineman, defensive tackle, depending on the value. How about that? Catch me outside.
How about that? All right, hold on. Let's take a call. Let's see who's on.
Caller, right there.
Caller, are you there? Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up? You have any thoughts?
Yeah. It's me, Gaming, by the way.
What's up?
So my thought was, after watching y'all's draft video for the Giants today that y'all put out, great video, by the way. It was really cool. I liked all the explanations y'all gave. I definitely agree with you on like Cunningham for the second. But here's like my idea of it. Right? I like Njoku because most sources I've seen. I'm sorry.
Let the kid talk.
Oh, sorry. Most of the sources I've seen have been Njoku, just being a pretty like underdeveloped, just needs a little bit more coaching, and then he can just pretty much be like O.J. Howard, which is what I really like. I mean, I'm all for like trading up to get O.J. Howard, but we know Jerry, and he's not really likely to do that often. So if we don't do that, I really want us to take Njoku the first round, and then because of I hate to say this about a player, but I'm really happy Jabril Peppers had a diluted sample because now he'll fall a little more. I hate to say that about somebody, but I'm kind of happy about it because to me we have an early-ish second round, right? So I would like to take Howard, and then if Peppers is still there, which I don't think he will be, I would love to snatch Peppers. I feel like that's an awesome steal in the second round. And if not, most mock drafts I've seen, which mock drafts aren't really reliable. I hate mock drafts. I've seen Cunningham falling to mid-second as well. So in the second round, if we haven't grabbed, if Cunningham or Peppers are still on the board, I think whichever one of those, if they're on the board anymore, we just grab. And considering both of them go in the first round, all right, we took Njoku. Second round, I would like to grab a linebacker with the best linebacker we can find, if there is one, or I don't know. I was gonna think in a corner because DRC is gonna go pretty soon, but I think we're still safe there with Apple. So I would think maybe a linebacker, and then third round we grab an offensive lineman, and then fourth round we grab a tight end, and then sixth maybe a receiver if we have to. So I just want to know what you guys thought on maybe that being kind of our if we came out of the gate, if we came out on draft day with those kind of picks. What would you guys think for our future?
I have no problem with it. If you can get Peppers that late at 55 and you're going to try to sell me on Peppers, you could do a lot worse. I'm not a fan, but what the fuck do I know, to be honest with you? All these kids are question marks. We're right
Peppers is
and
going to
we're
be
wrong.
The best player in the draft.
Yeah, and you know what? Would you be surprised? I mean, honestly, if you look back 10 years from now, people are right and people are wrong all the time. It's all opinions on what these kids are going to do at the next level. Nobody knows. So if you told me that they can walk away in this draft with the first-round pick if they were going to take Njoku, and then they could get a talent like Peppers or Cunningham that late in the second round, man, if that's the scenario, sign me up. Because I'm of the mind where if the board falls a certain way, I like Cunningham enough to take him at 23. I know some people think like me, some people don't. Some people have them going in that area, some people have them going later. It's all a matter of preference and who you talk to. Nobody knows until it goes down tomorrow night. But I'd sign up for that.
Let's take the next one. Ready? Go ahead. Justin, go ahead.
So
go ahead, Justin.
I think that, the scenario that no one's really talking about is what if we take the pick at 23, right? Pick whoever we're going to pick there, and then do something very similar to what we did a few years ago when we took Landon Collins and trade up into early second round to get that player that fell out of the first round unexpectedly. And that could very easily be Cunningham, because Cunningham, for every expert that says that he's going to go right around our range, there's another expert that says that he's going to slip out of the second round and into the third.
No, I don't see that happening. I think they're on crack.
I just want to put it out there. Tom Shea said that.
I think they're all correct. I mean, if you told me, people are like, it's amazing to me. It really is, because like when I watch the film of Peppers and when I watch the film of Cunningham, like I see a huge difference, man, that can translate at the NFL level. And you know what, dude? But I've watched film on guys before and compared them, and I've been right and I've been wrong. We all have. But when I look at Cunningham, I mean, people are like, he missed 15 tackles. And I'm like, okay, he played 15 games. He made 100. Like, he's making 10 tackles a game, and he's missing 1 tackle a game. He's in the right place at the right time. He's forcing fumbles. He's creating havoc in the backfield. He's getting sideline to sideline. So when you talk about a guy that you can coach up at the next level to get more fundamentally sound in tackling, I'm like, the guys are like, oh, he missed 15 tackles. I'm like, are you kidding me? How many plays did this guy make? Like that. So I think that a lot of the shit that we hear now, guys, is bullshit. I think we're going to be surprised where we hear a lot of people's names tomorrow night, and that's early and late. I mean, I think there's going to be guys that we think are going to get taken earlier. They're going to fall. I think there's guys that we think are going to get taken later. They're going to get taken earlier. And it happens every year. That's what makes tomorrow night a good time.
That's why it's fun. There's tons of smoke screens going out there
great.
right now. But you know, the awesome part about it, hey, this is our little soap opera for men. For real men. And as far as the caller, I'm all for we get Njoku, and I'm fine with the Cunningham or Peppers second round all day. Who doesn't take that?
See, I'm not a Peppers fan, but if you told me we're going to get Peppers at 55, okay. I mean, the value there is, I mean, the risk is worth the reward in my case at that point. I mean, for where you're getting them. So I think that would be that's a big blue dream right there.
Cunningham is not going to go to the second round. He's not going to get past the second round. He's going
going to the third round, man. I
told you guys yesterday, Todd McShay literally says he's heard anywhere from the bottom of the first to the third round on Cunningham.
Yeah. There's probably like 47 guys he's heard that on.
They changed another one. To be fair, within that range, there's about 47 picks. So
I mean, it's unbelievable, man. These guys are unbelievable with what they do. It's just I don't understand how they get a paycheck for it. They literally guess different names in different spots for 3 months.
Well, a lot of the guys at ESPN aren't getting a paycheck anymore. Pretty much half the staff just got cut today.
Ed Werder, sick RIP.
Ed Werder was a Dallas fan. Fuck him.
Give me some names that got shit canned. I saw Danny Cannell got shit canned.
Danny Cannell, which if Danny Cannell, he was the name, the name guy on the 3 o'clock radio show with Russillo, and they were just like, "You're meat."
Yeah, and then you know what? I was pissed off. I like Dilfer. They got rid of Dilfer.
Oh, they got rid of Dilfer, which is sad.
You got rid of
Dilfer
Jason
actually
Stark.
knew what he was talking about.
Jason Stark.
Wow.
If you go to Deadspin.com, they have a running list, and they're updating it as they're hearing people are getting canned.
Wow, really? It's 100 people from what I saw, the last I saw.
Yeah. You don't answer your phone that day.
Oh. Shit.
You see the caller ID, you're like, fuck, it's ESPN. Don't answer.
Wow. It's the boss. No bueno.
Nope, radio host Robin Lundberg. Goodbye.
Robin Lundberg.
Gone.
Wow.
Sorry. But how do you replace, 100 people?
Who knows?
A lot of people are going to be working double shows.
Wow, that's insane.
A lot of these people I don't know. They're like, beat writers and shit like that.
There's a lot of beat writers for the teams. A lot of NHL people because they're giving up on hockey.
What about hockey's only amazing during the playoffs. Why show it?
Right. And let's be fair. They only really need two people to cover hockey, and that's Melrose and Linda Cohn. And they'll have it covered.
No one cares about hockey, Boomer.
No one cares about hockey, Boomer.
It's actually a lie. I got fired up the other night. I put my wife in a Ranger jersey and everything. Then she woke up and beat the shit out of me.
She's not a Ranger fan?
No, she is a Ranger fan. She was just mad that I tried to dress her up in that while she was sleeping. Hey, put this on. You look so hot. I'm sleeping, asshole.
All right, we have a bunch of people on. Hold. Let me know if I haven't got to you. Let me try one dude. Hold on.
How about that? Look at this. A bunch of people on hold.
He just hung up.
Let's go rapid fire. Quick questions. Let's go bing.
Boom.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, granted, I know we're
seconds.
not quick to the point ever.
First time, long time.
Caller, first time, long time, right? You're on the air. Quick question.
Hello.
Hey, caller.
I hear you.
Hello.
What's your name?
Can you hear me? Sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, it's Steve from Messina, New York. I had a question for you. I'm looking. I'm pretty good. I'm trying to see who do you guys think is the best tackle. And I'm not looking forward to them getting one in the first round, but I kind of believe that's what they're going to do. I'm hoping they go second, third round, maybe. Maybe Garcia in the third. I'm hoping we don't trade up like they're talking about, going to 19 or 18. Who do you think the best available will be for us? So what's our best option in that?
I think, Tim, I know you said this, run with it, but I think we both feel that Cam Robinson, right, if he's there, that's the guy we would want out of the guys that are available. Right, Tim? You think?
Yeah, absolutely. Cam Robinson. And the fact is, and we are not trading up to go get Cam Robinson. At least I hope there's a lot of smoke screens going on right now. And I've heard the same things. Giants are trying to trade up for some offensive linemen. We touched on this earlier. We hope that it's really – the only reason I see Giants trading up if it's for O.J. Howard or Christian McCaffrey. I don't see them trading up for offensive linemen. And I'm with you on the Garcia. I'd rather have them take Garcia in the second or third round.
I'm just going to say this, gentlemen, while we're here. If the Giants trade up for Christian McCaffrey, if that happens at any point last night, I mean, you'll hear me hooting and hollering from Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Out of the lane. I really don't see them trading up for Christian McCaffrey. I can't see it.
You know what? I don't like it. I don't like it, but if they like him that much, whatever.
I have a hard time thinking they're trading up, period. But let me tell you something. If I am of the mind of, I feel like this team is so close to a Super Bowl that if they feel like there's a guy that could potentially, with the mix of players they have, on the offensive or defensive side of the ball, whether that's tight end, whether that's McCaffrey, whether that's one of these linebackers that they think could be a playmaker, if they love the guy and they're willing to pay the price, let's roll. I mean, I'm not going to bitch and moan because they were aggressive. I'm gonna let it play out. I mean, let's see if they love the guy and that's the guy they want and they're thrilled making the pick. Let's roll, fellas.
So in the comments right now, people are favoring Dalvin Cook over McCaffrey. But would you trade over
McCaffrey?
Wait, what are they saying?
Dalvin Cook over McCaffrey?
Correct.
Nah, Dalvin Cook's got red flags. That'll never happen.
Injury and off the field stuff, right?
Yes, it's not injury. It's off field stuff. Plus, he didn't really do well at the combine. And the fact is, Giants, McCaffrey is pedigree. We drafted his dad. Trust me, they'll take that over Dalvin Cook all day.
Do you think that makes a difference, honestly? That they drafted his father? Some pedigree in there?
I think it does. I mean, think about it. The way I look at it, most kids, if you know your dad was a pro athlete and a good pro athlete, then you know how to train. Because I'm assuming he taught you how.
Dude, I think it really comes down to watching just. I mean, I do not watch the combine. Like if there's nothing else on, and I may take a glance at like the quarterbacks or something. But guys, I watch on Saturdays, and when you watch McCaffrey play, he knows where the sticks are. He knows how to get open. Some guys just know how to play the game of football, and I feel the same way about Cunningham. Like I just feel like the guy, he knows his angles. He knows the angles to take. He anticipates. He's like a step ahead at times, and I feel like McCaffrey's the same way on offense.
James, when are you getting your Cunningham jersey?
I don't.
Whatever
I'll get any jersey. Whoever they trade up for, I'll get the jersey.
Whatever.
I want
whatever
team
Cunningham. Because I just want you to know that we went from a Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey.
If that name is Reddick, if that name is McCaffrey, if that name, pick a name, man. If they trade us for the guy and they're excited about him, and if the guy has talent, we should be excited about it.
Well, no, I'm just making fun of you for the fact is, and you guys could back me up on this. We went from a Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey question to all of a sudden they got switched back to Cunningham.
Yeah. No, because I compare like his intangibles. Like all these guys have physical talent, but can they translate to the next level? And there's certain things they need to have. Work ethic. They need to have just the football, the game knowledge. The anticipation. The ability to take angles, get open, make tackles. And when I see a translation, when I watch Cunningham on the defensive side of the ball, I see that. I see the same thing on the offensive side of the ball and on special teams when McCaffrey has the ball in his hands. He sees the field. He sees his blocks.
Mm-hmm.
The question to me with him is McCaffrey is how often are you going to use him? How many touches per game?
Well, listen. Here's the thing about that, and this is something that's been on my mind, right? So you look at the offense last year. We had Odell Beckham, we had Sterling Shepard, and we had Perkins really come on at the end of the year. But outside of those three, we didn't have any playmakers that we could even rely on to make an occasional play.
I totally agree with you. Yes.
And so, at some point in this
points
draft,
last 6 games of the season.
At some point in this draft, and it's, in my mind, it's got to be early because that's where the talent is going to get picked. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants got aggressive and said, we need another playmaker. Because let's be honest, what they've done in free agency this far has been good. But Brandon Marshall has a 2 or 3 year window, and Ellison's a blocking tight end that can catch, right? But he's not that X factor, right?
No, I agree with you.
They have to be thinking, if we could put someone with real talent next to these young kids, we could extend our window beyond the next few years offensively. The defense, they'll roll with it. Let's bring in some talent.
You can never have enough weapons. It's like starting pitching. You can never have enough pitching. It's just if you can add play, and when you're right, and when you think about it, like what have they? We're all excited about the offense, and they've added Marshall, and I think that's great. but they didn't do much at tight end. You're right. Ellison is more of a, blocking, possession type guy, not very much of a playmaker. And you're bringing back Vereen, you have Drone, nice. You have Darkwar, okay. You're excited about Perkins, but we don't know if Perkins can withstand a 16-game season. So that's why I think it's important to bring it. And there's enough touches to go around. So when I said his usage, it wasn't me being concerned of him being injured. It was just, what would be their plan on, the split between Perkins and McCaffrey. I think it may be more Perkins because I think the fact that they can use McCaffrey all over the field, if he may get 10 carries, but I think he can have 6 or 7 catches.
I know
game.
I know that we saw a lot of that 31 formation last year. It was 95% of the time where we had 3 wide receivers and 1 running back, right? But if you look at the school that McAdoo came from, the school of the Green Bay Packers, right? Their MO on offense is having as many weapons as they can for their quarterback to pick and choose what matchups he's going to take advantage of. And so I got to think that that's McAdoo's end game at some point, is to bring in some additional talent to play off of Odell Beckham and say, hey, you got to pick your poison, right? We're going to run more than this 31 now. We're going to take this guy, if it's McCaffrey, if it's Njoku, if it's O.J. Howard, we're going to take these kids that have some game-breaking ability, and we're going to dictate what we're going to do offensively.
The more I hear you talk, Justin, the more I'm all about trading up for this kid. I got to tell you, nice pass, Horford, Crowder, that's for 2. Sorry.
What? What is the score of that mess anyway?
It is Celtics by 13 with 1:39 left.
In the fourth?
Yeah, fourth quarter, yes, sir.
So that'll be 3-2 Celtics?
It's going to be, looks like it'll be 3-2 C's going back to Chicago. Friday night.
I got to be honest, when it was 2-0 Bulls, I was worried for your personal health, Jimmy.
Dude, let me tell you something. Not to get off the Giants topic because I know we're at draft night and people are listening, but let me tell you something. I don't know how he even played with what happened to his sister. The whole team, they didn't know how to even react. I mean, the guy was crying on the freaking court. I mean, it was just, I think they needed the 5 or 6 days to adjust. He was able to go see his family, and Rondo got hurt. So, perfect storm, right?
Yeah.
And that's what happened. Rondo got hurt. Or the series be over already? All right, relax.
But even if
Marcus Smart is not about this life.
Both of those boys, you could spread out wide. I want guys that you could put all over formations. I want some exotic look. I want some fresh look. Aside from this 31, offense is pretty passive.
I like the idea of, if you did draft a guy like McCaffrey, of putting him in the fucking backfield with Perkins. And then motioning guys, because people are excited about Perkins being able to run the ball. Let me tell you something. Perkins can catch the ball too, ladies and gentlemen. He can. Right. He's capable.
Anybody remember the screen pass in Minnesota?
I'll give you guys a second-round sleeper that is Percy Harvin-esque. It's Curtis Samuel from Ohio State. He's a running back / wide receiver. Ran a 4.31. He can do it all.
What about?
He definitely cause matchup problems, and he's probably going to go in the second round.
It's not a guy that we've talked about much at all, but let me just throw a name out there.
Caius Bowser.
If we could somehow take the wide receiver Ross out of Washington and pair him with Beckham and have 2 guys that could take the top off.
Okay, you know what, Justin? I want you to stop right there, just only because I'm going to give you praise. I literally talked this, and I got shut down by Marco and I think James literally about this like 2 weeks ago when I said if John Ross dropped down to us, I go, how ridiculous would our forward wide receiver sets be? Because it'd literally be like the old Houston Oilers run and shoot fucking offense. Because who the hell could you cover if John Ross was there?
I'm not for drafting a wide receiver with the first round pick.
Yeah.
I'd rather trade back.
I would agree. I can't do them. I'm going to shoot you down again.
Yeah,
I'm still with you, Justin.
So
we're tied.
We're talking.
We're tied. It's 2-2.
Elite speed.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys who are fast and still suck in the NFL, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes you put on those pads. Sometimes you put on those pads, and you're not fast anymore. They weigh you down.
The pads usurp your speed.
First of all, if they slowed it down, so what's you run a 4.3 now? Whatever.
So slow.
I used to run a 3.9. When I was 18, I ran a 3.940. Now I'm 40 years old. I run a 4.1. And when I say a 4.1, I mean it takes me 41 minutes to get from point A to point B.
I just thought you meant it took you 41 minutes to drink a 40.
That too.
That too.
I think it's warm and shit. You don't want that.
Have we? When was the schedule released? Was the schedule released last Thursday?
Oh my God! You weren't sucked into the anticipation of the schedule. Who we already know who we're playing.
Oh yeah.
Now we just know when we're playing there.
Yeah, I love that everybody gets all pumped up about that.
I was pumped up about one thing: Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
that is pretty cool.
About Thanksgiving.
I was excited about
the
Thanksgiving.
Redskins because they could conceivably shit the bed.
Yeah,
I think we're the best team in the NFC, guys. I'm just gonna throw that shit out there, and I am Captain Negative. I think we're the best team in the NFC. I think if they come out of tomorrow night,
I think we're gonna be 100%.
If they come out of tomorrow night and they add 3 guys that can contribute. Here's the other. I honestly don't think they're done in free agency. I think they're going to add a couple of different pieces. There are still a lot of valuable names on there where you go into the. We said that in certain situations like Adrian, value goes down for certain guys that are still available. For certain guys, depending on certain situations in the league, because every team's fucking different and has different needs, values go up. So if somebody comes out of the draft, or if we come out of the draft and based on need and who's available, there are certain positions that they don't address. They still have the capability to go out, and there's some very good football players that can contribute to your team that are still available right now. So, it's not the end-all say-all, tomorrow night. But if you can come out with 3 or 4 solid players and a couple of prospects over the course of this weekend, you're sitting pretty, guys.
Honestly, I think the most ideal thing would be for us to honestly be it. And then this is if O.J. Howard's gone, McCaffrey's gone, the Njoku's gone. We trade back a few picks, get an extra second or extra third, grab somebody that we probably would have grabbed anyway, whether it is a Cunningham or whoever.
I will tell you this: if we're going to trade up, I want it to be for an offensive playmaker. If we're not, if we trade up for an offensive lineman, I'm going to break my television while I'm on the air with you guys tomorrow night.
I'm probably going to be there with you. There's no way we're trading up for an offensive lineman.
If they trade up, I want it to be for a playmaker, and I want it to be on the offensive side of the ball. I don't think you have to pay the price. I don't think the way tomorrow night is going to, and I think if you're going to draft on the defensive side of the board, and that's at cornerback, defensive end, defensive tackle, or linebacker at 23, I think you can get tremendous value at that spot. I think you could even trade back and get tremendous value on the defensive side of the ball in this draft. If you're going to trade up, get me an offensive guy that can make a difference.
Exactly. If you're going defense so deep, if we actually have the possibility of trading back a few picks, we do that. Grab an extra guy.
I got guys. You know what, dude? If you told me that they're going to trade, if you said, you know what, here's what's going to happen tomorrow night, they're going to trade back to 28, and they're going to still get Cunningham and an extra an extra third round pick. Fuck yeah. If they're going to trade back, yeah. I mean, if you told me that they're going to get a solid player, if they're going to get Taco Charlton at 27 because he drops like a stone or somebody like that, and add to the defensive line and pick up another pick in a draft like this, yes, okay, I'm with you. I see it. But if you're going to trade up and pay the price in the third round pick, get me a guy that's going to step in, make a difference, contribute, and be a difference maker right away. And the two names
I'm only happy if it's Howard or McCaffrey.
That's it. Those are the only thing I was just about to say. There's two names. That's it. It's Howard or if you're going to trade up and you're going to pay the price, it better be for one of those two guys, Jared.
I'm also going to
or John Ross.
I'm not that one in there.
Well,
I'm going to throw one more name in there, knowing that the probability of us getting this person is slim to none. But if they could put a deal together that would allow them to grab Leonard Fournette,
I'd masturbate right on air. Sorry.
Oh my God, I love Fournette. Fournette is a giant all day.
Oh my God, you would just hear. You wouldn't be able to see my old face, but you would hear it.
Fournette
is so good.
I watch Fournette. He reminds me of a giant running back all day.
Oh,
so theoretically,
that kid. I'm mumbling. I can't even imagine being in a situation where that kid's going to be available for us to pick. I don't see how any GMs pass him up after. I mean, I would take him as high as like 3, dude.
We'd probably have to get in the top 4 to get him. Maybe the top 8 if the board fell a certain way. If people got quarterback happy.
So let's put out a scenario. Let's say we'd have to trade our first, our second,
right?
Probably
we'd have
our
to trade
third.
Our first this year and our first.
Yeah, be
year.
first year this year, first next year, and a second.
I'm not paying that price for anybody. I'm not paying that price for anybody.
I don't like doing future picks. I don't like doing future picks.
Jimmy, you wouldn't do our first this year, so 23. Our second,
no,
and our one next
year. I'm out.
I'm screwing up with Jimmy.
I'm not giving you my first. I'm not giving you my top 2 picks in the top 55 for one player at a position that I can survive and I can make do with what I have. I'm not. I'm so close to the Holy Grail that if I can add 2 defensive players at 3 different positions, linebacker, defensive end, or tight end, or defense, you know what I'm saying? They pick a fucking position that where they're going to draft a guy. I'd rather take the 2 instead of the 1 instead of Fournette. And I love
We're
Fournette.
Getting all fired up, and you know that the Giants are taking Ryan Ramczyk tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely taking Ryan Ramczyk. And all you're going to hear is, like, cursing and crashing of things.
Oh, my God. It's going to be Garrett Bowles. God damn it.
It's going to be Bowles, I think. Let's go back to the line. What do we got?
Hey,
Connecting gaming, round 2. What's going on? Oh, I'm sorry. You hear me?
Put my phone down for a second. How you guys doing again?
Sure.
Okay, so I've been listening in. And I'll be completely baffled. We're all here speculating, best players, and they take Ramchick tomorrow, and we all just commit suicide the next day. I completely see that happening. New York's going to be on suicide watch if that happens. But in all reality, I'm sitting here, I'm listening to everybody, and I think the more I'm starting to think about it, the defense was not a problem last year. I think we all know that. We had the best defense in the playoffs last year. Not an issue, right? Offense, I think we needed more weapons, right? So the more I'm thinking about it, this is what I'm seeing, right? Okay, we all know, I forgot the name of the 49ers coach. I feel stupid for forgetting that, but we all know that he loves mismatches. O.J. Howard is a walking mismatch. So I honestly, seriously see the Niners grabbing O.J. Howard the second pick. I can completely see that. So honestly, even if we trade up, I don't see us trading up high enough to get Howard without giving up.
No, definitely not. I agree with you. I think Howard's unrealistic.
And I don't want to give up a first and second pick because, like you just said, second round is going to be a pretty good lottery round this year. Pretty good, especially with all the players that are most likely going to be dropping. That second round could end up being our best pick in the draft this year. So I really think that second round is pretty precious to me. So this is what I would love to see is because I love playmakers. This is why I love Pepper so much. This is why I love McCaffrey. And this is why I love Njoku and Howard. I just love playmakers. Somebody that you get the ball in their direction and something magical might happen. That's why I love Odell Beckham so much. So the more I'm thinking about it, my dream draft right now is for us trading up. Do not give up our second round pick. Find a way to trade up just a little bit to get McCaffrey. And then in the second round, maybe grab, I think his name's Evan Ingram or something like that.
Yeah, you're right.
Evan Ingram, yep, the tight end.
From
is he Ole Miss one?
Yeah. He's from Ole Miss.
You know, and
that kid runs a 4.4. That would be a.
You know that Eli knows about that kid.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
you know that he's in Jerry's office saying, "Hey, listen, if you're going to pay for any of those tight ends, just wait for the second round and take my boy from Ole Miss."
All right, we got another one rapid fire. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Caller, are you?
Yeah,
there?
this is Steve from Messina. Yeah, it's Steve from Messinas-ville.
Hey,
I've been listening the whole time. I've been listening the whole time with you. I would definitely, I'd cut my shit off if we can get Fournette, man. But that's not gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. But no, I agree. I like McCaffrey if we can get him, but we can't only go up to 18. Otherwise, it's gonna cost us more than a third. So I don't see us getting him at 18. I think we trade back. Maybe go to Cleveland. We get pick number 33, pick number 52, and we keep our 55. Now we got 3 second rounders. 3 quality good players are going to be available in that spot. So I think that's our best bet to accumulate picks and get quality picks.
Cleveland's
that. Yeah, I mean, if the board falls where these guys are not available and they go higher than anticipated and nobody drops, then I would not have a problem with the value in those spots where if the Giants traded back a little bit. I think you get 3 quality football players to come in and help you instead of 2 players in that range of the top 55 players, then, you know what, so be it. Great. I agree. I have a hard time thinking that these teams are going to pass. I think there's a need for playmakers throughout the league, and right now, when you talk playmakers in this draft, there's only a handful of names that come up, and Fournette's one of them, Howard's one of them, McCaffrey's one of them. When you talk on the offensive side of the ball, I got a hard time thinking that these guys are going to drop past the top 15, 16 guys to the point where we're going to be able to make a serious play to get them. I mean, if you're willing to pay above and beyond for the guy, then, there's always a wing and a prayer chance. But, at what point, the Giants are pretty level-headed. Even when they love a player, at what point does the price just become too much? And who else is bidding? I mean, that's another thing that we don't know is, we sit here and we talk about, the Giants from a one-team perspective, and meanwhile, there's 31 other podcasts going on tonight with 31 other, fan-based podcasts going on tonight that are talking about, what we need to do to trade up to get this guy or that guy or trade back. So, there's 31 other teams that are in play besides us, and you don't know who's gunning, you don't know who's targeting who, and all this shit that we talk about right now is completely speculation until we get to game time.
Do you guys want to do some bold moves, some bold predictions going on?
Yeah, what time is it? We ready to wrap it up before tomorrow night? Tomorrow, Marco's going to be on. Marco's going to be live. Marco, tell us where you're going to be tomorrow night live.
All right, so I was invited to an exclusive VIP party, and
that's the CEO.
That will be the CEO's privilege. So it's
tell the audience it was a +1. It was a +1. So that's big, right?
And he didn't choose any of us three. He took his wife.
Good for him. I wouldn't want to take us.
Isn't his wife friends with Demi Lovato?
I would take Demi Lovato.
Oh my God!
Then my wife would cut my neck.
Debbie,
that's a story for another.
Give her the number.
Yeah, please, please.
I want to talk about the study class. So where are you going, Marco? Cashman's rooftop of Cashman? Brian Cashman's house?
Yeah, with me and the cash there will be chilling. But tomorrow is going to be an audio-only podcast because we're not going to stream it. I'll leave the link in the description if anyone wants to listen to the show. They're going to do it live. I'll call in and give you the lowdown on what's going on at the party mat. There's going to be a few current Giants. I already saw the guest list. There's a bunch of Jets, but yeah, they'll be there. Maybe I'll get some interviews. Who knows? Maybe I'll just be stuck by the bar. I don't know.
Good for you.
First of all, if it's audio only, does this mean that we're pretty much probably doing the show for ourselves, or what?
Well, no. Here's what we got to do: is we got to be proactive tomorrow night, gentlemen. We got to get out. We got to share the link. We have Marco. Do we have through that editor thing on Facebook? Do I have the ability to post shit on the Bleedbigblue wall now?
Yeah, I'll do it tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, set up the show, and then because Marco, even though he's there, Marco's the CEO. I'm sure he could always share the link on Facebook or share the link on whatever, right?
Of course.
Yeah. See, guys, social media, fucking technology.
What time are we going tomorrow?
That's what I wanted to ask you guys. Do you want to go for the first pick and curse when they take Trubisky or?
I don't think that it would be wise to go for because we can only lock it in for 2 hours, Marco?
Yeah.
I think if we go for the first pick, there's a solid chance that we may not be on the air by the time the Giants pick at 23.
Right. Yeah.
I would set it up for what guys? What do you think? 9:30? I think at 9:30.
Well, if the Giants trade up, then we're screwed.
We're fucked. So we want to go at 9?
Fuck! I didn't even think about that. What if the Giants do trade up? Nah, first of all, that's not happening. You know what?
It's 10 minutes a pick?
Yeah, I think so, something like that.
So,
and that doesn't include trades, which that turns into 20 minutes.
Right.
No, they don't get the full 10 minutes after they get the remainder of what's left.
I think we go on not 9 to 1 o'clock. They should have the 23rd pick by 1 o'clock.
We can do
a 4-hour block.
What happened?
We get a 4-hour block on Blog Talk Radio.
No, 2, 9, 10, 11. 12. Oh shit, that's no.
So we can only go 2 hours.
I say we started at 10. Start at 10. It should be about or 9:40.
I think we should go at 9.
Yeah, I say 9.
I'm going 9:30.
I'll go at 9:30. I'll see you at 9:30, and I'll raise you 9:15.
Right, 9:15. 9:15 is what it is.
I don't know if I can get that specific.
9:30, right? Can you do 9:30, or does it have to be 9 or 10?
No, we could do 9:30.
Ha!
You can't claim a double slot? That's what she said.
No, I can't. I wonder if I could do 2 hours, and then once it hits midnight, then do another 2 hours back to back. I've never tried it.
If you think I'm staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning for the fucking draft, Marco.
Oh, hell no.
No, but if we could do so.
Oh, you're talking about doing like 8 to 10 and then another link from 10 to 12 and then just sign it off whenever?
Right.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I'll test it out once this podcast is over. 35 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Justin, do you want to log on through the computer tomorrow night, or do you want me to do it?
Let's have you do it if you don't mind.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do it. All right, this is not going to happen, but I'll give it the old college shot.
I mean, so Jimmy, here's the deal. So
Jimmy's going to run the board?
Oh, Jesus.
All hell's breaking loose.
No call-ins tomorrow night. We're not taking any calls.
No, it's just the three of us, and you're just going to listen to us be neurotic. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
First of all, do we have any callers left anyway, right now?
Yeah, we have a guy on hold.
Let's get him on. Why? He's been at home for a while.
It's probably Myron.
We're trying to make plans here, for Christ's sake.
He just hung up, actually. What happened with Myron?
Well, we're fucking talking about scheduling, and we're leaving a guy online.
Why don't we have? We need to do that concussion thing with Myron.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
I know. He has
concussion special.
He's back on hiatus, I think.
He comes and he goes. He comes and goes like the wind, Myron.
He is like the wind. Most of the people saying 9 is too soon. 9:45. Chase, I see you. I think 9:30 is going to be guy. Oh, and he's going to be at the MetLife draft party.
Nice.
So, Chase, call in tomorrow.
Yeah, if you got a player on, bring him on. Yeah. So we're starting at 9:30. Is that what the deal is?
Yeah.
I think if we started at, 23, 10 minutes. Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
So 9:30.
Like the first pick is not going to be until about 8:15.
9:30 gets us to pick 12. So we're at Cleveland's second pick.
Which is where if we did is where we would probably trade up.
It puts us right in play at around 12. You're right. Let's do that. Let's go for 9. Let's do it. 9:30.
9:30.
Change his mind 4 times.
He kept throwing in that 9. He was trying to get
9:30. 9:30, I said.
All right.
Is there a
I'm
Celtic game
excited.
on?
This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun, guys. It's going to be a good time.
No Celtic game on either.
No Celtic game on. I'll be totally focused. I was good tonight. I didn't even do cheering.
We should also...
Marco, I want those sound bites. I want the Kelly Olynyk sound bite.
I can't wait because James is going to be on the board. It's going to be odd.
And the Horford to Crowder. Good.
We should... Listen, here's the deal. I'll run the board if James plays a drinking game, where every time they say the word... Where every time they say the word red flag...
Upside?
Or upside. Or wingspan. Or... 3-cone drill.
Small hands. When they refer to the size of someone's hand. Let me tell you something, dude. I have to work on Friday morning, okay? There's no way. I can't do it anymore. I'm 30. I'm going to be 40 in 2 months. It's over. I can't drink anymore.
What are we doing for James' 40th birthday?
Yeah.
Nothing. Ignoring it.
Podcast celebration.
Nothing.
Podcast celebration.
My wife and my kids are like, what do you want? I would like to be left alone. Just wallow in my misery.
We should go knock on We should go knock on that guy's door. The guy from The Sopranos that invited us to his house.
We should go to the Sopranos guy's house to watch a game. That would be
Jimmy's
great.
birthday.
It's Jimbo's.
Hey, it's my birthday, Joe. We thought we'd show up. What's up? How are you?
All right, we got 30 minutes in this podcast. If anyone wants to call in, the lines are still open. That number is scrolling. You see it. Say it out. 516-453-9383. If Demi Lovato is there, please call in.
Also, I'm just curious, who does Norway think our number one pick should be? What is the Norway?
Trubisky. I don't know why I said that like they're calling from Russia.
We have someone new on the rise. It might knock Norway out.
Canada.
No, Canada's up there. Hold on. Let me just make sure I'm
Jamaica?
So our top three foreign countries are one is Norway. Somebody's creeping on Norway, and Canada's at 3.
Yes.
What the fuck is that? Hey. Hey, I love you losers. Thanks for listening. I love you guys.
I still don't get Norway, but it is what it is.
I like Trudeau more than Trump. I'm going
Are
to fucking
Norway's
Canada.
listening numbers still holding strong?
Yes.
They haven't dwindled.
Norway's numbers are holding strong.
First of all, you gotta love that the 5 Norway guys that listen to us.
I love it.
It's Wednesday or whatever time it is over there. They're like,
now
they're
we
come
have
on.
to drive in Norway.
Well, Norway's ahead of us, so it's like 3 a.m. there.
Oh, is it 3 a.m. or are we afternoon drive or are we doing a night shift there? What's going on?
No, it's late there.
It's
They're
late
ahead
there?
of
Well, that sucks.
So what, they like a day ahead?
It's a couple of guys listening to working the overnight shift in Norway.
Yeah.
So they're lumping. It's in third place now. It's actually tied with Canada. They're lumping the Republic of Korea and the Philippines together.
Korea and the Philippines are tied with Canada.
I shit you not.
You don't even want to hear me. You guys didn't know I could speak Chinese.
First of all, it's not even Chinese, it's Korean.
Well,
I have a
Korean.
buddy on
What happened? I'm so ignorant. It's the same thing to me.
I have a buddy on Facebook that lives in Korea, so if it's Gabe that's listening from Korea, shout out.
Nice.
Shout out to Gabe.
So the top 5: the United States, no shock there. Norway
second.
The Republic of Korea, Canada, and the United Kingdom.
England, look. England, you must be from London.
Prince Harry loves James.
As you can see, we're not the most PC show.
I'm all about the fucking UK, dude. I love it. Big fan. Love the accents. Call in.
You think the Prime Minister of Canada listens to us?
Trudeau?
Justin Trudeau?
He's definitely fucking blazing one. Listen to us right now.
Big fan. All right, let's get a little bold predictions, and let's see everyone tomorrow.
Giants trade up to 15, draft McCaffrey.
Wow. Ooh.
Don't the Eagles pick at 14?
I don't even know who has the 15th pick. How about that? I have no fucking clue.
I think the Eagles pick at 14.
4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Indy has the 15th pick.
Indy?
That's what they owe us for stealing Hankins, the rat bag.
There you go. Bingo. There's your penance for Hankins. Give us McCaffrey. I'll tell you something, though. If I'm them and he's sitting there at 15, how'd you like to have Andrew Luck with fucking Christian McCaffrey?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, they would love that.
Oh. But there you go. There's my bold prediction.
Oh, I got a Christian McCaffrey story. So I met this guy, and he's a high school coach down in Denver, and he said his team is pretty competitive, and they played against Christian McCaffrey the whole time, and he's like, this kid is like legitimate, and he's a Bronco fan. He's like, he's not getting past the Broncos. That's all the talk in Denver. He won't get past the Broncos.
All right, man.
Where do the Broncos pick?
They pick at 20th, and they supposedly everyone thinks they're going to go lineman, but he's like, there's no way he's getting past that.
I don't think he's going to get to 20.
No, he won't.
I've already heard he's had a promise from a team in the teens. Like NBA style.
Guys, you know who I think it is? And I've been looking at this the whole time. Do you know who I think is going to take him? Yeah,
Philly.
I do.
Yep, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I think, and that's why when we were talking about this weeks ago, I said if you were going to trade up, the number to trade up to, because the team is always willing to take more picks because they're rebuilding, is 12. But what's the price to get to 12 from 23?
That's steep.
Because
it's not worth it for McCaffrey, honestly, guys. I like McCaffrey, but he's not a game-changing running back like that.
No. I'm not, Tim. I'm not saying it's worth it, but I'm saying where I think that you have to trade up to be able to get him.
Yeah, I agree.
Is 12, because I got a feeling that the Eagles don't let him get past 13, and that's just I haven't read anything linking him to Philadelphia. That actually leads me to believe it even more, to be honest with you. But
yeah.
We live in PA, Justin. I don't know. Have you seen anything? And the Eagles are right in that range. And tell me they couldn't use a playmaker like McCaffrey.
All I know is that all of my Eagle friends are salivating at the mouth for him.
Yeah.
They all want him to. He's the hot prospect in the draft.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's
go bold predictions, not including Howard and McCaffrey. How about that?
Bold prediction. Okay,
that's fine.
Come on, guys.
I'm going to say 2 quarterbacks taken in the top 10.
4 quarterbacks taken in the first round.
You go 4 quarterbacks taken in the first round.
I've heard that today. I've heard Davis Webb that keeps sneaking his way up there.
Wow, that's unbelievable, man.
I don't think it's going to be.
Can I say something?
First of all, you guys saw the video I sent on Chad Kelly, right?
Yeah. I don't think that that's my guy, dude. If you talk, I want Chad Kelly, and I think you can get him after he's hurt right now. I think you can draft him in the 6th or 7th round and not even. I think that he can be there.
Why would you not see that? You do see how accurate that kid is.
Yeah, he's insane. He has a little swagger about him, dude. I fucking like him.
And you got the genes.
He's a little douchey,
but he's Jim Kelly's nephew. You know,
I like a little douchey.
How would it be fucking room for Jim Kelly's nephew as a Giant?
He's a guy that you could put under Eli for the next 3 to 4 years and let him grow. There'll be no pressure on him to play, hopefully, knock on wood, and there is no rush. So I would much rather than them take him with a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick than to waste, in my opinion. I don't, when I watch these guys, fellas, am I crazy? I don't think any one of these quarterbacks are first-round picks.
They're not. That's why I hope they all get picked.
Trubisky included. I'm sorry. I don't see it. But these teams are so desperate for quarterbacks.
Not even Watson?
Not even Watson.
I would take Watson in the first, but it would not be top of the first. I like Watson. I think he's good enough. But
hey guys, if we want to talk about how crazy it is for quarterbacks to be taken in the first round, let's not forget, it wasn't a few short years ago, Blake Bortles went number 3. Blake Bortles.
You know what? I'm glad you brought Blake Bortles up because you know what? Everybody's hating us. He had one bad season. And these kids, everybody's hating on him.
Didn't Bortles go number 1?
He was the first one. He was the first one taken that year. And, David Carr was.
He was picked 3.
Yeah, he was picked 3. David Carr was picked at the end of the round. Teddy Bridgewater was picked at the end of the round too.
Wait a minute, Blake Bortles. Didn't Jacksonville take him with the first overall pick?
No, it was like 3rd or 4th.
It was 1-3.
Huh. That's fucking.
Where's our fucking stat guy?
Why is he off?
He's right here. I'm telling you, he went 1-3.
He's
What do you mean 1-3? What the fuck is 1-3?
It's 13. What is that? 13?
No, he went first round, 3rd pick.
Oh, well, fuck. Don't speak in codes. I know not understand what you speak. When you leave out the fucking round and the pick.
I'm telling you, the people in Norway, they got it.
That's Norwegian.
Don't give us your stat guy lingo. We don't know that.
To the people in Korea, meeting up the cigar 3-1.
That was funny.
Wait, Chase Banks said harsh. What did he say that was so harsh?
Oh, because that's me. I guess with my accent, I guess I'm not sensitive to Korean culture.
What did you say? I don't even remember.
I'm a silly wop. So what are you gonna do?
All right. So my bold prediction is all the guys that have some dirt on them. Peppers, Foster, not Foster. Yeah, Foster and who's the cornerback? Connolly. Right?
Yeah.
Accused of rape. They're all getting docked. You'll see them in second round, maybe for Foster. Connolly probably won't even get drafted now, just like what's his name didn't get drafted.
I'll tell you what. If Foster makes it
through
to the second round, Jerry Reese needs to trade up and take him with the first pick of the second round.
If Foster's sitting there at 23, you take him.
Yes. This is the kid that could have won number 2.
Yeah.
Right. He's dropping.
Here's my. I'm going to give you a bold prediction. The Giants don't trade up. They don't trade back. And they draft a player that none of us have spoken about. Tyus Bowser.
In the first round.
Yep.
They trade up?
No, they're not trading up. They're not trading up. They're not trading back. They're going to sit at 23, and they're going to take Bowser. There's a bold prediction.
I've seen the Bowser thing. I'd be pissed. I think it's a reach.
I'd be pissed too, but I'm just saying, can't you see them just taking a player that none of us have fucking spoken about ever?
Yeah,
Eli Apple, even though Vernon Hargreaves was right there.
Or Pettigrew, or somebody like that, like somebody who everybody else is like, oh, we had a second round grade on this guy, and the Giants are like, yep, that's our guy. We love him.
They're going to pick someone we're not talking about.
It's going to be fucking Bulls.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a guy that's completely off everybody's radar. It would not shock me in the fucking least that if it's just some name that we're just like.
I'm gonna throw out a name that no one's even talking about. Malik McDowell.
All right, there you go. There's a name that we haven't heard. Okay, that's conceivable at 23. I like that.
He's a D tackle, so there is some red flags on it. But
yeah,
I got news for you guys. When you get out of and you can go as high as the first pick, there's red flags on all of these kids. Everyone you research has pros and they have cons. Each one of these kids is a huge question mark. We have seen kids go one that end up being, that people said were no-brainers, can't miss picks, and we've seen them fall flat on their face, and we've seen kids get taken in the 5th, 6th, 4th, 3rd round and be fucking superstars like they should have been first-round picks. And you just don't know until these guys hit the field. So all these guys have red flags. All of them do. Every single one of them. Myles Garrett has red flags.
Mhm.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's just it's the beauty of it, and it's the bitch of it.
It's gonna be it's a fun time. I must say that.
Well, that's why they say McCaffrey's so high on everybody's list. They say he's the safest pick out there.
Oh, that's true.
You know, and for I mean, I don't know. I mean, for as much as we talk about we talk about O.J. Howard, right? And one of the names that I get reminded of when we start talking about O.J. Howard is, remember when Ebron was coming out, and we were all like, oh, fuck Ebron. This kid's a mismatch. This kid, we got to get him. This is the kid we need. Now, Ebron over the last couple of years has developed, and he actually had a pretty good year last year, decent season. But I don't know.
The thing we had to settle for fucking Odell.
Well, and I'm not even saying. I'm just saying that when you O.J. Howard can get drafted, right? And he can go. It may take him time. You know, we don't know. You know, it may not be until his second contract that the light goes on at the NFL level. Do we think that now, based off what we've seen in college? No. But have we seen it before from other guys? Yeah. I mean, you don't know. If he ends up in a bad situation, a bad quarterback, a bad offense, coach gets fired, new coordinator, there's so many different factors that go into making these guys' careers that it's hard to predict. Really hard to predict.
Do you remember the argument was back and forth, Mike Evans versus Eric Ebron? We kept on going back and forth because we thought those were the two picks that the Giants were going. And when they drafted Odell, I was like, really?
And that was
and I was like, Odell, all right.
We all wanted it. We all wanted Ebron, and then they took Odell, and look where we are.
Well, exactly. You know, the funny thing is, I wanted Aaron Donald. That's who I wanted.
Mhm.
But you know,
I wanted. Who was the other kid?
Todd Gurley. I wanted, and they drafted Flowers, and I almost fucking broke my television.
And you know what? Let's see how that pick panned out for us.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not going to judge anything 2 years in. Okay, I right now I hate it, but I have seen this before where I've been totally against something for a handful of years, and then I look back at it in a decade, and I'm like, wow, holy shit, I was fucking wrong. So, I mean, there's no telling what's going to happen. You know, Flowers is still a young man. He has a lot of time to develop, and supposedly from what we're hearing, there's a lot of that he wants to develop. So we'll see what happens there. But at the time, you know, I saw Beckham with Eli, and I was like, holy shit, you talk about a trifecta. And then they drafted Flowers, who nobody had going that high. You know, everybody that we saw before that draft had Flowers going in the late teens, early 20s. And that was because he was such a raw project. And the Giants, because of need, reached and took him at 10. People thought they were insane. That pick was ridiculed.
True. And I just want to put it out there that you just pretty much said after 10 years you look back and you can admit when you're wrong. So we got to wait 10 years. We got to wait 10 years.
Sometimes I'm right. Sometimes I was right. Sometimes I was fucking wrong, dude. It's amazing in sports how we see everything in a fucking tiny little Polaroid little picture of right now. But when I'm 40 fucking years old, dude. I've seen these guys. I mean, I've watched Eli, since I've watched Sims before that for almost his whole career. So when you look at there were times where Sims was about to get run out of town. And then when you look at it, when you look at Sims in 1984 and 85, and then you look at Sims a decade later in 93, when he retired, it's night and day to where he was. So you have to let things play out over the course of these guys' career. To judge them on 2 years would be silly. But right now, it's like you look at it right now, in this little Polaroid of time, and you say, fuck, man, we could have had Gurley instead of Flowers. Maybe Gurley rips his ACL next year, and Flowers ends up fucking turning the corner, and the light goes on, and he becomes a steady, solid left tackle. Who knows? We don't know.
James, do you remember when Frank Gifford used to play?
Maybe we ran out of town with torches by week 4. It's all possible.
James, do you remember when Frank Gifford used to play?
No, that I do not remember.
But you remember when?
That I do not remember. I go as far back as 80. I go as far back as I can remember shit from 83, 82, 83. Around there, I could start remembering shit.
James, can you talk about Y.A. Tittle for us, please?
Yeah, Y.A. Tittle was bald. From what I remember, he was he was bloody in that picture. And
did you guys celebrate the NFL championships back then, or was it like that?
He was really pale, and I don't remember ever seeing him in color. So that's what that's all I can tell you.
This has been some shit. All right.
That needs to go on a sound clip right next to the Olynyk.
That should be. We need to isolate that.
We need that to be a drop. That needs to be a drop. This has been some shit.
Can you have that ready for James tomorrow?
Something.
So that throughout the draft he could just.
And with the first pick, and with the 23rd pick, the Giants select Ryan Ramczyk. This has been some shit.
Gosh.
If I have a question for you guys, if the Giants trade back into the second round, and we don't make a pick tomorrow night, are we going Friday?
Yes. Fuck it.
Yeah, first of all, we got to go Friday. If we have multiple picks in the second round, and
the only thing is Friday I'll be preoccupied, Celtic in. But yes, definitely.
James, come on, man. You're not about that life.
I am about that life. I am very much about that life. I'm also about this life. I'm also about this life. Rangers. And I'm also about Yankees beat the Red Sox tonight. So what you know about that? So.
Aaron Judge is on fire.
I love that man.
He talk about a guy that can play linebacker or tight end.
I think Luis Severino is my new favorite pitcher.
I do like Severino.
Yep, I became a big fan tonight.
I tell you what, when they get Sanchez and Gregorius back,
I like their team. They're young. They're fun.
I mean, watch
they
out.
play hard.
They're likable.
they're likable. They're very likable because they're young. They flipped it over from that high-priced, fucking these older guys that are just hanging on, being boring, and now they're fun. They're a bunch of young kids that are playing hard.
I love the Yankees. I appreciate the Yankees, but they went through a stretch there where they weren't very entertaining.
They were not very entertaining. They were quite fucking boring pretty much.
2-minute warning.
Well, time to go. Good night, Gracie.
That's pretty much last call.
Good night, Gracie. That's last call.
All right,
Marco show tomorrow night. Shut the fuck up.
So we will be tomorrow night at Blog Talk Radio if you want to listen with us. I'll call in. I'm sure a bunch of you guys will call in. James is going to have the board, I believe. Hopefully
so if you get hung up on, I'm sorry.
I'll just call back.
9:30 tomorrow.
9:30 tomorrow, gentlemen. I love you guys.
I'll set it all up. I'll put the links. Everyone who's watching now, please hit that thumbs up button. Share this. I'm trying to grow this channel out. We're about at 500 followers. I'd love to hit 1,000 by the season over, and that'll be pretty cool, according to me. All right, YouTube. Anyone want to have some last words?
Jabril Peppers.
Jabril Peppers. Not going to be.
I know. You know what? Final prediction. I really think it's going to be David Njoku.
I do too.
That's who I think the pick's going to end up being.
It's the pick that fans want, I believe. That's what I said in our 10-minute video today.
Well, the video came out good. I just what happened to the poll? We didn't put a poll out there.
We didn't
Twitter poll.
I know. And I didn't get to it, but it is what it is.
Tell you what, if we walk away with a first-round pick tomorrow, like if we actually make a pick, we got to start the full court press on getting them into the podcast.
Yeah, I'm getting a bunch of yeses. It's just the follow through is so difficult. Eli Apple wants to come on, Brad Wing, a whole bunch of people, but
and Brad Wing
what happened to Brad Wing? What happened to Brad Wing?
Whatever happened to him? He hasn't confirmed the
And
date.
I'll tell you what, if we get Brad Wing, that means our listening will go up in Australia.
Yeah, it will. It will.
And you know what? Odell already listens, and that's his boy.
Odell. You want to call
Odell.
him.
We're only one step away from Odell at that point.
And Odell is dating Demi, from what I heard.
Good for him.
And then,
Good for him.
And then we could get Demi.
Yep.
That would be something. I want to do a live interview. I don't want it to be over the phone.
Brad Wing is the key.
Okay, Marcus,